Basically, some of the only stuff I actually know about Metal Gear Solid is that the plot is probably the most convoluted plot of possibly anything ever. The
So
yeah.
another thing that confuses me is Snake.
Hmm.
Don't get me wrong. Oscar Isaac is a great actor, and I think he can do anything he wants, and he can kill it in any role.
Yeah.
But isn't Snake like an old man, or am I wrong
No.
about that?
He,
Okay,
as it goes on, he does become an old man.
okay,
But in this one, he'd be young. He'd be a young,
interesting.
Solid Snake, which is funny because that means he'll also have to play Liquid Snake because they're like clones of each other.
Right.
um,
And what's their relationship? What's the relationship between Liquid and
I
Snake?
gotta be honest. Like,
We need.
I'm not kidding. Like, if you know the plot of Metal Gear Solid, I just got a phone call for some reason. If you know the plot of Metal Gear Solid, it's because you are a maniac. Your
You just
mind is
hung up on our Metal Gear Solid
it's
expert.
it's it's very, I don't know how to explain it except for that like you are a clone, I think, of a guy who is the paramilitary sort of leader guy, and then that guy dies or he doesn't die. Um, you get betrayed, and then you get betrayed by Ocelot probably like 40 times, and then you beat each other up on a submarine
Hold
at the end.
time out. Who's Ocelot?
Ocelot is
And
like
who is giving these
another
people
agent.
names?
Kojima.
Is it just
Kojima's
like
names are absolutely insane. There's
okay?
a in his newest game, Death Stranding. There's a character called Die Hard Man. That's the guy's name.
Does he look like Bruce Willis or
No, nope.
does he look like Kevin Hart?
Oh shit! Um Die Hard Man isn't the Guillermo del Toro? No, it's the guy with the mask. Um, Hold on, I'll pull up a picture of Die Hard Man.
Okay. I gotta be honest. We've been talking about this for maybe 5 minutes, and I still don't understand anything
It's going to
about the
be
series.
okay. Here, hold on. I'll pull up a plot synopsis.
But Oscar Isaac is killing it.
Um,
He's got Dune. He's in the Marvel X-Men universe.
yeah, he's really. This is going to be a very strange film. Obviously, it's like not even gone into filming yet, so there's whoa, really nothing to know about it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, what is concerning is that it is a Sony movie, and Sony movies can be pretty god awful.
That's
Are
true.
they
Yeah.
they're the ones making the new Monster Hunter movie, right? That's Sony. Have you seen that?
Monster. Oh shit! The one in like the desert and all that.
Yes, where
I've only.
the monsters are
Yeah.
like transported in from another
Yeah.
dimension, and they're fighting the monsters like here and not in, and it's not like actual Monster Hunter. It's like literally like Humvees and shit like shooting rocket launchers at monsters,
Right.
which was not what which is not what Monster Hunter is. Let
It's
me.
okay. That trailer just came
Here's
out
an
of
image
nowhere
of
for me.
Die Hard Man.
Okay.
If it ever pulls up, there we go.
Whoa.
This guy. He's
Just kind of
played by
kind of a
him,
Doctor
but
Doom
yeah,
type
this is
character.
Die Hard Man.
Interesting. Going back to the monsters for a second.
Hmm.
That trailer came out of nowhere saying
Yes.
like it's the biggest film of the summer or something like that. Or has it even come out yet?
No.
Okay.
I
I could have
have lost all perception of when any film is ever coming out.
yeah.
Some films may never come out. ever again. I don't
That's
know.
true.
It's Monster Hunter or Monster Hunter movie. It's a 2020 film. So wait, did it come out?
I think it came out and no one noticed, even though the trailer said it's like the
Wait,
biggest thing in the world.
yeah, this movie came out. It has a 5.5 out of 10 on IMDb, which I kind of expected.
That's incredible. It like honestly, seeing monsters jump out of a giant sand dune is really cool in a trailer.
Okay,
But
I don't think it was a Sony film.
okay. It just seems like
Ron Perlman was in
they
it? What?
good old
Wait,
Ron.
what? Anyways, yeah,
Ron can be in anything too.
it was like, what if
But
it's Monster Hunter, but also American military propaganda where we just shoot the monsters with our jeeps?
yeah, it's like they saw the clip from what was it, Transformers 2 or Transformers 1, where like it what's the transformer in the sand dune around the army base, and they're like,
Yes,
let's make a movie
that's the second one.
specifically about this. Yeah.
No, wait.
That
No, that's the first one. No. God,
yeah,
they just
yeah.
mix together. There's because they end in the desert in the, in the second one, or I guess
Yep.
the pyramids. Okay, so here
Anyways.
I got my plot synopsis. Um, let's see what Wikipedia has to say. Plot. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, which is chronologically the first game in the series, introduces Naked Snake, or Snake, an operative working for the this fictional thing, Fox, unit of the CIA during the Cold War. It focused on the rise of Snake into a legendary soldier, as well as the downfall of his mentor and matriarchal figure, the Boss. After the
Okay.
Boss defects to the Soviet Union. Snake is sent to Russia to kill her. And then Snake's heroics during the game earned him the name Big Boss at the end. Okay, and then the origins of the Patriots, an organization found by Zero, are also explored. Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops serves as a direct sequel to Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater and follows Naked Snake's life after disbanding from Fox, with Snake not yet accepting the Big Boss codename. The plot features the origins of his mercenary unit. Okay, I just want to get to the crazy shit. So the next game is Peace Walker, set 10 years after the events of Snake Eater, which was the first one we talked
Meaningless.
about.
Completely meaningless.
It returns to the story of young Big Boss, who's the head of a mercenary corporation. Big Boss discovers that nuclear warheads are being transported to Latin America and decides that he must put a stop to it. It features a new cast of characters, whatever. The
So
Phantom
Big Boss
Pain.
is still Snake.
Now we're on to Phantom Pain. Yes, Big Boss is Snake. Now we're on to Phantom Pain, which was the last Metal Gear game made. And this one it's a direct sequel to Peace Walker and is composed of 2 chapters, Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain. He's basically Big Boss is okay, yeah. No, I played Phantom Pain, and the plot to this game is it turns out you're not actually Big Boss. You're you're a soldier of Big Boss that got plastic surgery to look like him, and then you were hypnotized into thinking that you were Big Boss.
But what's the purpose of that? Like,
So that you
why
can
are
run
you disguising yourself?
Because you're supposed to be running the mercenary operation while the real Big Boss does like the real shit, I guess.
Okay.
Um,
Interesting.
So Big Boss is revealed to be part of the medical staff who survived the helicopter crash, who was brainwashed into believing himself to be Big Boss, while the real Big Boss went into hiding to create Outer Heaven, a place where soldiers can live without having to abide by any particular ideology. That sounds very suspicious.
Wow.
Okay,
So the question for this Oscar Isaac film for me is he actually Snake, or is he this character who was just a military officer, and then he's just gonna have this crazy like face makeup for the rest of the film when they surgically plastic surgery
he's not going to be
himself.
Phantom Pain. This is going to be Metal Gear Solid, which takes place after Phantom Pain, which was the last game made for Metal Gear Solid franchise.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yes, in the first Metal Gear game, which was like a 2D shooter, you are Solid Snake and you kill Big Boss. And this is like way back when, like you're like a 2D guy. You kill Big Boss in the first game.
You kill yourself.
And there are 3 games dedicated to setting up Big Boss. A guy that you killed as like a little 2D sprite, like in the early 90s. And then there's Metal Gear Solid, like the pinnacle, the 1993 one where your liquids. Okay. So this is what the movie's gonna be.
Okay.
Metal Gear Solid elaborates on the storyline of the earlier games and reveals that Solid Snake is a genetic clone of Big Boss, created as a part of a secret government project. An antagonist is introduced in the form of Liquid Snake, Snake's twin brother, who takes control of Foxhound after Snake's retirement. Liquid and Foxhound take control of a nuclear weapons disposal facility in Alaska, and Commander Rex, the next generation Metal Gear weapon, and a Metal Gear is like a big weapon. It's like a big walking tank.
And it's solid. It's a solid tank.
It's very solid. Being tested there. Yeah, and he destroys it.
Okay.
Solid Snake destroys the Metal Gear and kills the Renegade Foxhound members with the exception of Revolver Ocelot, and that's Ocelot. Wow. A guy who betrays you a million more times. There are like 3 more games after this, but it's insane. So I'm very interested to see how they pull this off.
Yeah, video games are notorious for not being good, and I really hope
video games are notorious for not being good.
I mean, video game movies, I should say, are notorious for not being good, and I hope Oscar Isaac jumped on the right boat. But we'll love him anyways.
Apparently, this is kind of a passion project for the director, so maybe he'll throw some effort into it.
Yeah, maybe. Cool. Should we move on?
Sure.
Next thing. I've got some cool things. So we've been discussing making a podcast for a while.
Sure.
And I've been throwing around some ideas, but they never really stuck. I wasn't really sure how they would work, but I think this segment in particular could work for good comedy in particular. So here's a question for you, Colin.
Okay.
In 200 years, and Oscar Isaac figures out a way to survive or like just reproduce himself, like genetically it is another Oscar Isaac.
Sure.
What evolutionary traits do you think he would then develop through those 200 years?
New traits for Oscar, like as evolution, so, like slowly whittles him into the perfect man.
It as he develops and becomes the perfect Oscar Isaac. Like how is he going to survive the best in like his environment that he lives in, the food that he eats, all of that. How is that going to like improve him so to make him more likely to survive after the 200 years?
200 years. Well, what's the world going to look like in 200 years? Does he still have to be like an actor?
That's a good question. A lot of actors are moving out of California because, you know, it's expensive, but also it's a giant like
they
minefield.
Yeah.
Shit's gonna like blow soon. So it's a good question if Isaac would be in California. For this argument's sake, I'm going to say Los Angeles has plummeted into the ocean.
Okay.
After an earthquake.
So I think all the actors at that point will be driven into probably like the Nevada desert or something like that, and they'll be like kind
Sure.
of scurrying around looking for food and rolls.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like Oscar Isaac would be very powerful. I feel like the next Oscar Isaac is just very powerful, just like walking around the desert, like
Okay.
drinking a cup of water a day, probably. I don't
So
know
he's
what you
like
want from
developed a
me.
camel.
Yeah.
Do you think he's maybe developed like a camelback so that he can like store a ton of water?
What a horrifying image, but no,
Like if
I
he's
think
just
he'd just be
wandering the
really
desert.
ripped. I think he'd just be like a really ripped
Ripped.
guy walking around the desert. He needs like no water because he's like part cactus now, so
Sure.
he's just like he retains a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay. That's an interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. Like no physical traits are different. He's just able to like
yeah,
store in a lot of water a
and
lot
he's like
better.
3 feet taller.
3 feet taller.
Yeah,
What's the reasoning
he's
behind
like a
that?
giant now.
Just cuz?
Yeah, like any role he's in after is like they have to really use perspective to make him look like normal, not giant size. Like every
That
prop and
doesn't.
stuff has to be way bigger to make him look normal. He can never
It
stand
sounds
to
like
any
a.
other actor.
Strangely enough, that sounds kind of like a devolution instead of an evil evolution, but but cool. I
I
like
mean,
it.
they'll
I
still
like tall
want him in
Isaac
things. There's like 50 actors that can be in anything at any given time. So
for
like,
sure.
he's one of them. So what are they gonna do? At some point, they're
Exactly.
just gonna.
Yeah.
They are. What was the dead actor that they put in the Vietnam movie, or they were going to? With
Uh.
CGI. Wait, you
Oh,
didn't
I've
hear
heard
about
about
that?
this.
Yeah.
No, I have.
Um,
Tom Cruise. I don't know.
the notoriously dead Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
No. James Dean.
James
They're gonna
Dean. That's
put
right. Okay.
James Dean in a
Right.
Vietnam film with CGI, which
Everybody
is
hated.
insane. That is
Yeah.
insane.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
and I
that's
feel
fucked
the
up.
next evolution after that is literally just cloning actors so they can really never die, and that a
Sure.
studio just has the right on that genetic actor because the first clones will have no rights, so they'll just be
Mhm.
people who are owned, and then they just put them into films
Right.
as like
That's amazing.
you exist for the studio, we own you, and you
That's
must
so
now
funny.
make movies for us. So I
That's
think
so good.
I think
Yeah.
it's going to be dead CGI actors put
Mm-hmm.
into roles they can't say no to, and then genetic clones of actors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. The reason why I ask is because I'm interested in a certain there's an author from the 80s who created this book. I'm gonna share the screen here.
Is this the
He
JFK
created
one?
no he. This is an author named Dougal Dixon made a book called A Man
Oh, I gotta click
After
that.
Man. And Dougal Dixon is famous for a type of science research called speculative evolution. And this pretty much sums up what speculative evolution is. Homo sapiens, once the peak of human evolution and now extinct. And then this other quote. It is probably reasonable to conclude that had it not been for temperature-based environmental changes in the habitats of early hominids, we would still be secure in some warm, hospitable forest, as in the Miocene of old, and we would still be in the trees. So, speculative evolution is, as it's called, speculates what we would become in the future. if we still survive that long. And I just want to share one example that he says could be in 200 years time.
Okay.
So this is Pickar Blick, the Aquamorph. And it has a really good introduction. A gray-green of deep waters is floored by a bed of rubble, sprouting wisps of red algae and sparse fan coral. Great setting scenes and stuff. Suddenly, these few creatures dart for cover. As a much larger shape bounds its way slowly over the bottom, it is streamlined, as are all swimming animals, and its surface is smooth and rounded, all angles padded out by a thick layer of insulated blubber. The legs are somewhat frog-like, with webbed feet, and the webs continue up each side of the leg as far as the knee. The forelimbs, and it explains all what it looks like. And then it comes to a paragraph down here. Its great-grandfather was a librarian, John Arthur Blick, looking after and cataloging the accumulated knowledge of centuries of human civilization. Its grandfather, John Blick Jr., was an artist.
Yeah. It's taking place over 200 years. That's not very long. That's like 3 or 4 generations of people, and it's like suddenly
father,
like your grandchild is you are a librarian and your grandchild looks like Jabba the Hutt, and you're just like humans died. What the fuck happened? Like we're not. That's not what we are anymore. We're swimming in the ocean.
Its father, John Blick III, was an astrophysicist.
Oh shit!
So
I'd be blaming that guy for how my kid looked.
It's not even that his father looked like this. It's just first there's an astrophysicist, then there's this fucking Jabba guy who swims in the ocean and has webbed feet.
Is he wearing pants?
Isn't that incredible? Yeah, he's wearing a little belt.
That is
a little utility belt. Yeah. Should we move on to the next thing?
Yes, John. I want to talk about the monolith.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Everyone's talking about that bad boy.
So what was it? I forget how long this has been going, but like some time ago over in Utah, that monolith was found. This like silverish monolith just sitting in the middle of the desert.
Yeah, it had to have been a few weeks ago, but like helicopters tracking herds of, what was it, sheep or something, just found this weird silver monolith.
The thing about this monolith, right?
Yeah.
I hate it, and it's going to be something really stupid.
Oh no.
So it's disappeared and reappeared in a couple different spots. So if it's really not ushering the doom, it's some sort of ad for something.
Oh shit, like some kind of Blair Witch shit?
Or something. Or it's like the new Halo game's coming out on like the last monolith just has the fucking release date for the new Halo game or something like that.
Right.
It's been in 3 places now. 2 of which weren't honestly that far in a geographical sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because one was in Utah, and then this latest one was just in California. And then what was the middle one?
I thought it was in Russia or something, wasn't it?
No, it went to... where was it? Yeah, there's new one in California. The latest one was in California. The Petrodava dock in Romania, and the second one was in Romania. But it looked a little different from what I see. Maybe it might have not have been. Well, it disappeared, so I guess it would have been.
Right.
So I got this article here by the Huffington Post. Athletes say they removed Utah monolith because of environmental concerns.
Athletes?
Athletes, yes. Sylvan Christensen, one of the men taking credit for the monolith's removal, said cutting into rock to erect the edifice was an ethical failure.
Wow.
That apparently, yeah, because it was just like in the middle of nowhere, right?
Right.
Um,
That's really interesting that, like...
Yeah, apparently people went to go see it, and it just was like really destructive for the environment around because people were just walking all over it.
For sure.
With like
yeah,
cars
they didn't,
and stuff. Yeah.
Didn't they not like relay the information of where exactly it was because they were afraid of that exact thing happening?
Yeah, people were like, don't go see the monolith.
Yeah. I mean, you report about a monolith, people are going to go look for the monolith.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Come on, guys.
It's just so strange because it literally is just like either we all die, or the very likely thing of someone is going to try and use this to sell us something at the end.
For sure.
Or it's just some weirdo artist that is making something that's just going to fall flat. Like, we're on the third monolith now, and I feel like I'm already checking out of what this monolith thing is. As soon as it moved, it was just like, all right.
What's confusing to me about it is that like scientists looked at it and said, it doesn't look like anyone dug a hole and put it in there. But of course they did. Yeah. Of course they did. What are you talking about?
Yeah, what's your other explanation? Yes, this is the monolith that shows up.
It's not like water rushed through that area.
Yeah, no.
For thousands of years to erode that spot and reveal that the monolith was there the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, of course someone dug a hole and stuck a giant rod in there.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't look like someone carved it out. Well, it is there, so I think someone did.
Completely unexplainable.
And now I want to talk about something even better that I found while looking at monolith stuff. And it's a better monolith.
A better monolith?
Yes. A phallus sculpture mysteriously pops up in Bavarian mountains.
Just a giant dick?
Yes.
Oh my
Berlin,
god.
Just days after a large phallus sculpture mysteriously disappeared from a Bavarian mountainside, a similar wooden carving has appeared in its place, German news agency has reported. The saga began several years ago when a 2-meter tall sculpture appeared on the mountainside. It quickly became a selfie magnet for hikers, where it's described as a cultural monument.
Wow.
The sculpture toppled over weeks ago, only to be erected again. Last weekend. It vanished entirely, with only a pile of sawdust left behind. Even as local police probed the disappearance, the tale took a further twist Thursday with the discovery that a new slightly larger carving of male genitalia has appeared at the site, propped up with wooden beams. So they had the statue, they had this like wood carving, and it disappeared, and then just a dick replaced it. I'm gonna, I don't know, maybe we'll blur this in post, but I'm gonna throw it up so you can see what this new sculpture looks like.
I love this. It certainly can't be a response to the monolith, can it? This is incredible.
That would be amazing.
Oh, this is so good.
But no, I think it's just a new mysterious statue has appeared. Yeah.
That's so good. I mean, dick images are just so funny. You can't, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's just...
I just like, it's propped up by these wooden sticks. Just like...
Yeah. There's probably thousands of pictures of just hikers sitting on them balls and posing, and that gives me a little comfort inside for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I found.
That's
but
wonderful.
I think that's way better than whatever this monolith thing is.
Yeah, I want to see more like dicks popping up in different areas as a response to the monolith, for sure.
I just want to get to the end of whatever the monolith thing is. I can't hear about it again. I can't hear about it anymore. I think I might have. Was I catching that audio from that ad? No, I wasn't.
You were.
Cool. That was.
I was
you heard it. Oh
yeah.
shit. Oh, cause the stream. Oh, I'll cut that off. Sorry. I was getting some now this video. All right.
Mm-hmm. Cool. That was a double whammy right there.
Yeah.
All right. I've got something. We're kind of jumping back into the animal / video game world.
Okay.
I'm always interested in animals, and obviously the fucked up fake speculative evolution of said animals. So I found this video game the other day that I really want to start playing called Impossible Creatures. And the premise of this game... Let's see here. Oh. Uh-oh. What did I do?
Oh.
Uh-oh. Okay. The premise of this... Am I still on? Can you hear me?
Wait, I've seen this before. This is like an older game, right?
Yes. Okay. The premise of this game
God,
is
it's
that
made by Relic, really?
You're a scientist that just stores up coal and gas and fighting this bad guy. That's the only thing I can give you with the trailer. You have to stop a bad guy by developing impossible creatures like a rhino scorpion.
Your audio is going crazy right now.
Oh shit. Also the audio is moving.
Okay, so it's basically like making a bunch of really fucked up animals.
Yeah, you make a bunch of fucked up animals to fight a quote bad guy. And it looks very much like Civ 6 in the gameplay, sort of. You just kind of build things and then produce
it's an
like
RTS.
workers.
Yeah. Relic makes like RTS like strategy sort of games like that.
Right. But like,
is this before or after Warhammer?
It's what I could like the best thing I could possibly imagine in a video game, because I've always wanted a whale hawk. What is that? A piranha giraffe?
Giraffe. Yeah.
It's just like the most beautiful creatures I've ever seen, and I got it the
is
other
a
day.
10 out of
There's a
10
bunch of
on
like
Steam.
mods. yeah. I still haven't played it enough to like really. Is that a shark camel? Like fucking incredible animals. There's nothing better than that. And that's all I have, really. It's just, it looks beautiful. Yeah, that apparently there's a bunch of mods that you can do and get more creatures and stuff. I'm excited to check this out more.
Gorilla a lot of shark heads on things I'm seeing.
A lot of shark heads, yeah. I guess there's a story they're trying to do as well.
Whatever.
No one cares.
It's the foil for... When did this game come out? 2003. When did Dawn of War come out? ...2006. So that was 3 years. Okay. Wow. Well, that was Dark Crusade, but...
Yeah, I had nothing
Seems like
else.
a fun one.
But the promotion image is a scorpion tiger, and I would get that as a pet. Like, are you kidding me? Of course. No, there's no other video game that needs to be made. You just need impossible creatures. And that's it.
You just need some impossible creatures.
Yep. You got anything else?
All like weird news just wants to talk about the monolith.
Sure. I've got
Um,
I've got one thing that could be fun, that could be a bit more interactive if people watch this. If we want
okay.
to wrap this up a little bit. You're gonna need a paper and a Sharpie. Do you have a notebook or something?
I have some paper.
Okay.
Is that a Sharpie? That's real.
Or a pen.
Do I have a pen? That's the real question. I have a pen here. Let me see how this works. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna make our own like ye old drawful game, in which I am going to use a name generator to create a name or something, and then we're gonna have to use our non-dominant hand to recreate this character, and then audience members, if we have any audience members, can vote on via comments on this video to see who did better with their drawing. So it's going to be some interesting visuals of us just looking down and drawing for a few minutes. But yeah.
I'll read off some headlines while we do it.
Okay. So I found a knight name generator. Do we want it to be female or male? We'll do female. Okay. Okay. Our knight name is Betta the Little.
Okay. And I'm drawing Betta the Little.
Draw Betta the Little with your non-dominant hand.
Okay. All right, here's some headlines. Voter fraud ruffles New Zealand's Bird of the Year competition.
Bird of the Year?
The little spotted kiwi soared in the rankings before election organizers discovered 1,500 fraudulent votes placed for the flightless bird.
Do you think that's true? Or do you think they're just like making fun of America because we're stupid as shit?
I mean, this is NPR.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Let's see what this. Okay, there is evidence of election rigging has roiled New Zealand's Bird of the Year competition.
Scandalous.
1,500 votes sent from the same email address early Monday. Each vote was in favor of the kiwi, the spotted kiwi. That is an amazing bird. It deserves all the support, but unfortunately these votes have to be disallowed and they have to be taken out of the competition.
Is that in the article, or are you?
Yeah, that was a quote from the article.
It is an incredible bird.
But these votes are fraudulent.
They just ruined the kiwi's name. Do you think the kiwi was involved?
It's just sent from like they trace the email address back to the forest. It's like, wait. Okay, all right. This is going interesting.
I feel like I should have made a time frame for how long we could draw.
But I am going. Oh no. Okay. I feel like I went way too generic with it. I'll do some scale. Oh my god. Whoa, I really messed up there at the end.
Oh no.
I really messed that up. Oh god. Clog. Um.
Oh boy. Okay, I think I'm done.
Okay.
It actually turned out a lot better than I thought it would.
I honestly didn't do that bad either.
Shit.
All
This
right.
game was a flop. Okay.
All right.
Do you want to present or do you want me to present?
I guess you could go and present.
Okay. This is my bed of the little.
Okay.
Oh no, I forgot about the mirror effect. Okay. This says 2 inches. This is
I see it.
she's
It
2
says
inches
2
tall.
inches on my screen.
Okay, good. I kind of meshed some time a little bit because this helmet is much more ancient Greek than medieval. But I did kind of include a pike rather than a gladius or something like that, because pikes are an underrated weapon in the medieval depictions in film and stuff. Also, some leg guards and a breastplate and some shoulder pads. So that's my bed of the little, using my left hand.
Okay. Here's my bed of the little.
Oh no! I didn't. No one said you could do an animal.
So this is bed of the little, standing next to a large man. These are legs. That's a foot, and that's another foot. I really messed up there. Yeah, I gave her kind of the traditional knight sort of helmet with a little sword, and then her trusty steed is a mouse, which I didn't draw ears for though. But yeah, there she is.
God damn it. That's good shit. Cool. So yeah, vote or comment in the comments to see
who won that one.
Who won bed of the little competition. And yeah, I think that's probably good for episode 1.
Sure. We got
Thank you.
11 minutes left, so
yeah.
Under an hour. 11 minutes under an hour.
Not too bad. Thank you for listening / watching. This is the first episode of Good Comedy Podcast, so be gentle with your comments and dislikes.
It came together very fast.
We were supposed to shoot this weekend, and yeah. But we'll get back to other stuff that we've been working on next week, and hope you enjoyed it.
Thanks
How do we
for
close
listening.
this?